this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today I have another exciting episode for you. I'm back here with my friend Dave. And Dave, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that he was on my channel in 2017. Like that's about 8 years ago at this point. And back in 2017, I filmed a video with Dave about how he healed himself naturally from prostate cancer back in the day. And now we have Dave back again because although he said he was healed back in 2017, it actually came back and he actually even got kind of worse in my opinion, but we'll have Dave tell the story. And then he had to basically bounce back from that again. And he had a PSA of like 520 that he has now gotten below 1. And it's not just using natural methods, it's using almost all natural methods with one little pill that we might share with you guys in a little bit. So, you know, he's learned a lot since then, and I want to bring him on today because I know a lot of you guys, especially guys out there, right, not the women out there, may deal with this in the future. Prostate cancer, because it's a big disease. You know, like women have their breast cancer, but guys, one of the main default cancers is the prostate cancer that can happen, especially if you're not taking care of yourself all these years. If you're on a standard junk food diet, not getting enough exercise, if you're overweight, these are all things that can cause a prostate cancer outcome to be not so good. And we don't want that to happen to you, especially Dave, you know, has been through so much. He's learned so much through having prostate cancer literally twice. And now he's better able to share his story with you, right? We're not giving any medical advice in this because we are not doctors. If you guys have a medical problem, go see a doctor. But we could share, of course, our experiences, well, my observations and Dave's actual experiences on what he did to heal naturally without surgery. I mean, that's the cool thing. A lot of times the doctors just, oh, your prostate's, you got cancer, let's just cut it out, right? And one of the things Dave didn't want to do, and actually he couldn't do when it was, when it happened the first time, is that they couldn't really do surgery for him. There was no real outcome. So Dave, I don't want to totally rehash the video we did in 2017. I want you guys that are interested to watch it to get caught up to speed on what happened, you know, in 2017. But I want you to, Dave, right now to answer just a real quick synopsis of, you know, between 2010 to the time we filmed the video in 2017, maybe in like a couple paragraphs, you know, tell us actually the story and what happened.
Yes, so I was diagnosed in 2010. I went to UCLA, Loma Linda, USC. UCLA gave me 2 years to live in 2010. Then I studied one book from Dr. Timothy Brantley and The Cure, and I learned about diet, and change of diet was my big goal. At that point, I wanted to change my diet, and I changed it, and I didn't know that the stuff I was eating prior to that was unhealthy. Eating burgers, fries, all that stuff. I thought that was real food. Then I found out that was all manufactured food. It's not real food. So I changed my diet. Within 2 months, my cancer went away in 2010. Then, of course, in 2015, 16, I had urination issues, obstructions and stuff, but I ignored it because I was raw vegan. Actually, 2010 is when my raw vegan started. And I looked out so many videos of Mr. John Kohler here, and I learned a lot. And so I changed my diet to raw vegan in 2010, juicing, doing all the stuff. Okay, after I went 2010, my cancer went away.
And you went raw vegan?
I went raw vegan, totally raw vegan. I mean, totally 100%. But then in 2016, 15 or 17, I started having issue with my prostate, obstructions. So,
and we didn't really discuss that in 2017 when I interviewed you, right?
We didn't discuss it because
like
I ignored it.
You ignored so you ignored it.
I ignored it because I was totally against medications and doctors, and, you know, in 2017. So I was having obstructions, and then 2019, to be exact, on May 19, 2019, I had really bad obstruction. I mean, I was swelling up. My feet were swelling up, and I had swelling in my feet, my face, all that. And then I had my test done, and they said your creatinine level on the kidney is 13. And I went to the ER in Irvine, UC Irvine Hospital. They drained out almost 1 gallon of urine out of my bladder.
So the question is, Dave, is how much were you urinating all during this time?
I wasn't urinating much. I had to really push it out.
You had to really push out, and that's one of the tests actually when you go to urologists, you know, to check to see if your prostate's working or not. They'll do a flow test where you actually got to pee through this little cup thing, and then it measures how fast your pee's coming out. And if your pee's like dribbling or not coming out at all, that's an issue, guys. And like, you know, what I would tell you, and probably what Dave would tell you now, is that if that starts happening, go see somebody qualified. Don't just like, oh, I'm gonna fix this on my own. I'm a raw vegan. I could heal anything, right?
Yeah, I was stubborn.
Yes.
I was 100% stubborn. I didn't want to deal with doctors. I didn't want to go see doctors. And I thought I can do everything myself. And that was a major drawback. And in retrospect, if I look at it, if I had gone back, if I go back and done what I have doing right now, I would not have been in the shape that I was in 2021. So in 2020, it really came back. And when
the prostate cancer
came back, it came back, boy, with a vengeance. I mean, I started having pains in my feet. I got shingles. I had hard time walking. So then after that, one day I went to, just before I went to our 2021 Christmas party, I fell down in the garage. I fell down and I had to get myself up. I still went to the party. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink. I never drink anything in my life. But I went to the party. I was bragging everybody, hey, I fell in the garage. And then after a few days, on January 10, I fell down again. And when I fell down again, I fell down outside of my bathroom, and my wife picked me up, and I was out of breath. I couldn't breathe. And my blood level was low. Red blood cells were low when I went to the hospital. And I was in the hospital for 10 days. And when I was in 10 days, they quarantined me because it was still COVID area time. And then what happened after that was that when I came home, I was bedridden and I had a hard time walking, and I was on a walker. And slowly but surely, my weight started going down. I was 138 pounds. My weight went down to like 90 pounds.
And how tall are you?
I am 5'7", and my weight went down to 90 pounds, and then I was having issue again, and I was hospitalized once more because they had to do blood transfusion. After that, they told me, you are so weak, we got to take you to the rehab. I went to the rehab, and I was in the rehab for 10 days, and while I was in the rehab, I could hardly walk, and the physical therapists were helping me to walk, and I was 90 pounds. And I had no energy whatsoever. I mean, I was just laying in the bed and couldn't even shave, could not even take shower. It was pretty rough, you know. And then after that, I came home and then went back again to the hospital. Same issue with the blood related.
So the question, Dave, I have for you is like, why did you just collapse and weren't able to walk? And then why did all these chain of events seem to things just kind of seem to get worse? Was that because the cancer was growing inside you and blocking things up and then causing your body not to function right? Or like, what was the specific reason why all these things were happening to you?
I knew that was the cancer issues, but I was, like I say, I was stubborn. I still didn't listen to the doctors. I didn't do what I was supposed to do, what they had told me that I need to do, which was take a anti-cancer drug for prostate cancer. Then what happened was then I went to see my primary, and me and my wife, we said, let's just go see our primary doctor. That was on September 19, 2019. And we went to see the primary doctor, and he checked my PSA. And as soon as he checked my PSA, he said, your PSA is 520. He said, you got to go see an oncologist. He gave me the information on an oncologist, and I went over there, and he told me, he said, we have to put you on secondary cancer drug of the prostate. And I said, nah, I'm okay, I don't need it.
Even though you're collapsing and all these things, and you're using a walker, and you're not going to go on any drugs still?
No, I was using a walker, and then I said, I'm not doing it.
But you're still eating raw vegan at this point,
Yes,
right? You're eating
yes.
your diet and everything, but
Yes.
at some point it seemed to me like your diet was doing good. It healed you,
Yep.
but at a certain point it seemed to me that you kind of plateaued. Your
Yep.
diet couldn't take you any further, and then you started kind of going down.
Yep. There's certain things that you do with your diet, even if you eat healthy, it's the healthiest of the healthiest. It's not always a cure. It's not always a cure, okay? Yes, some people get cured, but in my situation, even though I had lived long enough, but cancer is it's very disruptive, okay? My life was getting very disruptive when I used to drive my car in a walker in the house, my office. When I go over there, sometime I would have so much back pain in the lower back, I could hardly walk, and I had to drive fast over speed limit to come to the home to lay down. That's how bad it was in 2021 for me, because the health was just like I was deteriorating, okay? And then I thought to myself, I said, you know what, maybe I should go see a doctor. And when I was at the rehab, I went to see the doctor, and Ground Medical Transportation is the one who took me there. At that point, I was pretty much on a wheelchair, excuse me. They take me in a wheelchair, and doctor was looking at me. He was such a nice guy, oncologist. He goes, Dave, I told you that a year ago to start on a drug, and you didn't. And look at you now, you're on a wheelchair. Do you know what I told him? I said, Doc, these are the exact words. I said, Doc, do whatever you have to do.
Because now you just had it to the point where you're just like, if you keep going, you're not going to be here.
Yep. And he said,
and you're just getting worse.
He said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you secondary prostate cancer drug. Okay, you're going to be taking 4 capsules once a day. And I didn't even ask him about the side effects. I said, just do it. And he said, you also will be taking Lupron shot every 3 months. Okay. I said, Doc, do whatever you have to do. Do whatever you have to do. I'm okay with it. At that point, I started taking those drugs, and then I started studying online a lot of the stuff that was online about prostate cancer. Okay, it was through Dr. Schultz in West Covina while I was laying in the bed. Dr. Schultz had given me a lot of inspiration and a lot of hope. He said, prostate cancer is not a death sentence if you do the right things. And I'm started listening to him. He said, first of all, you need to stop eating meat. You got to stop eating dairy. You got to stop eating processed food, sugar, and you got to exercise.
So you were doing all that. You already stopped eating dairy because you're eating raw vegan.
Yep.
But were you exercising back then?
No. No, because I was so sick. I couldn't even. I was like kind of envying him. I said, he's saying that, but how am I going to do that? I can hardly walk. How am I going to exercise? But I had a physical therapist coming in twice a week, and they will give me some exercise, rubber bands and stuff like that, you know, but I couldn't even lift up my legs. I had to put my hands under my legs to lift them up, even to get out of my bed, okay? I couldn't leave. I mean, I could not even leave without a walker. All right, so the physical therapist was helping me, which was great. Thanks to you, all you physical therapists out there. You guys are awesome, and so are the nurses, okay? You guys been awesome to me. But I then had a mindset I had changed a mindset. My mind kind of changed to a point like, you know what? I know some people say, oh, drug, you got to take this. No, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to. If it's the end of the line for you, you're at the edge of the you're at the edge of the ocean, and you're gonna fall. You know, you're gonna fall. So I'm walking through the fire, and so I don't have any options right now. So when I started taking the drug, I also started doing at that point in November 2023. I was very physically getting better, you know, and then I went to the gym. I say, I gotta go to the gym. I was hardly able to walk, and I go to the gym, and I told my gym guy, I say, I need a trainer. And the trainer got me in, and that point I was a little bit, it was like intermittent. I wasn't doing juicing and stuff because I was too sick. And my family was doing it for me here and there, but it wasn't like really every single day. So my trainer told me, he said, Dave, you got to start juicing, man. You told me you've been juicing for a year. You got to juice, you got to juice. I say, okay, man, okay. I started juicing in January, I think February 2023. So when I started juicing, and I'm still taking my drugs, and all of a sudden from my PSA from 520, those of you may have gone through cancer or are going through cancer, if you look at your PSA, if it's 520, that is pretty, that is,
it's off the charts.
It's off the charts, way off the chart. I mean, I'm talking about way off the chart. Having PSA 10 is bad, but having 520 in my situation, 90 pounds, it was pretty rough. All right, I had a lot of pains. I was on hydrocodone, I was on morphine while I was sick. I've taken all these stuff, okay? So I was taking all these drugs because I want to live. I want to live well, and I want to be living while I'm, you know, doing stuff that I need to do. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys is positive mindset. Okay, don't get depressed just because you have cancer. That's not the end of the world. I'm just not saying that. I've been through it. Okay, you gotta stay strong. What you believe, you conceived, you will achieve in your mind. Okay, you gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. Stay positive. Okay, so when I changed my diet into not diet, lifestyle into just going back to juicing, my PSA started dropping. It's dropping from 520 to like 400, 300, 33.
And how long did it take to go down that quick, Dave?
About a year.
1 year of just juicing. Yeah. And what did you juice to everybody? Because maybe some people want to start juicing today and try to get their PSA number down as well. Like what did you do the juicing as well as the food?
Yes, the food is very, very super important, guys. Okay, for prostate cancer. Any cancer, but prostate specifically, you cannot have dairy, you cannot have meat, you cannot have sugar, you cannot have carbs. Okay, I don't have no carbs. I have very little
so
carbs.
So define carbs for people out there that may not know.
Carbs is a bread, like eating those, whatever you call those, bagels or whatever. The
bagels, donuts, processed carbs.
Food, pancakes, you know, in the morning.
Cookies,
and all that stuff. None
candy.
of that stuff is healthy for you. It is not healthy for you. So your mindset has to be very strong, and you have to be very stringent. You have to be very disciplined. You have to have a habit, okay? You have to have strong habit to stay strong. Not only stay strong, but also eat healthy. Healthy eating is number one priority, okay? But with my situation, drugs supposed to have side effects. Okay, every drug pharmaceutical has side effects.
Well, they have effects, some of which are positive and many of which are negative.
Yes, it's supposed to, my side effect's supposed to be fatigue, it's supposed to be hot flashes, okay?
Hot flashes for a guy?
Yes.
And you're not going through menopause?
Yes. You're supposed to have hot flashes, you have to have
So if you want to experience what your wife's going to go through, you could take this drug.
I'm serious. And fatigue, hot flashes, issues with your
chest. Your chest is going to get bigger.
You're going to grow your chest. Okay?
So if you're
if you're just doing that, if you're just taking the drugs, that's going to happen to you. All those side effects are going to come into you because those are the true side effects. Now, how do you prevent them from coming to you? Diet is number one. Lifestyle. Second is exercise. Especially for prostate cancer, exercise. Not just go and do a little exercise. I go for an hour and 45 minutes.
How often?
Body, 4 or 5 times a week. Okay, hour and 45 minutes. When I exercise one equipment, I'm sitting on one equipment for 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, I'm serious. I'm not making that up. Okay, I do 4 equipments. 35 to 40 minutes each, okay? Because I'm to the point that I do not want to go back to rehab or the hospital. I do not. When you exercise, you're not gonna grow anything here. You're gonna grow muscles.
The other thing too is when you exercise, you're going to actually produce things in your body that kill cancer.
Absolutely. Your body is going to be more circulating. Your blood is going to be circulating. Okay, circulating. And when you eat healthy, guess what? You're also building your natural killing cells.
Yeah.
Okay, natural killing cells, your stem cells. Okay, another thing that you must do is that, I don't care what you think, fasting. Intermittent fasting is super important if you have cancer. 16 to 18 hours a day I do fasting. Okay, I just had a smoothie.
I had it too. It's good.
Yeah, an hour ago. It's at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, okay? So I'm not like, oh, I'm hungry, I got a headache, I got this. No, forget that. You're going to go over it. You're going to get over it. Okay, it may happen to you for a few days, but your mind will acclimate. Your mind will become...
And your body will acclimate too with the amount of calories and food you're putting in. As long as you're putting in nutritious food.
That's right.
That's very important.
That's right. So nutritional food, my food is I eat beans, okay? I used to be raw vegan. I'm not 100%.
Neither am I.
But I am almost there. I would eat the beans, okay? And I will, okay, in the morning, I drink my green tea with a little bit of 90% dark chocolate because it builds your stem cells. Green tea builds your stem cells, dark chocolate builds your stem cells, okay? Then after that, I may drink my juice like 11 or 12 o'clock, okay? After that,
what's in the juice?
Huh?
What's in the juice?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I juice for 3 days. I put 5 lemons with the skin on. Okay, I put ginger, lots of ginger. 3 Granny Smith green apples, all organic. Okay, red beet, 2 red beets. Okay, it helps with your heart.
Nitric oxide.
Nitric oxide. Okay, and I put celery. I put carrots. I put purple cabbage. I put like one bunch of greens. All right. So I put 9 things. I ate 9 things in my juice. Okay, and I juice it every 3 days, and I drink 40 ounces of a day. It's 40 ounces. Okay, the 120, almost a gallon of juice I drink for 3 days. My energy level is 10x. Okay, 10x. Really, seriously, 10x from where I was. Okay, 2022, 3 years ago in September, and where I'm at right now. Okay, I was 90 pounds. I am 138 pounds right now. Okay, I have built up muscles. Okay, I am stronger. I am wiser too. I'm very careful what I eat. Okay, I don't eat none of that crap. I'm sorry to say that word. I don't eat none of the stuff that most people eat. Okay, so when you have a cancer, you cannot just depend on the drugs, because drugs are going to have side effects on you. Okay, and there's nothing in your body to heal you for that side effects. So you may heal cancer, but then you're going to have other issues because you took the drug. You could have what you call it, Lou Gehrig's, okay, disease, which will make you nerves pain and you can't walk anymore and all the other stuff. So you have to be strong. You have to take what you're doing. You have to be very strong mindset to stay away from all the stuff. Don't think, oh yeah, I'm gonna just have a donut because I'm hungry today. I'm very strict. I'm very strict and I'm very stubborn. Because if I was not stubborn, I wish I had gone back to the doctor in 2015 and 16. I wouldn't have gone through the fire that I had gone through. I gone through a fire, okay? Seriously. So right now, so I do juicing. Okay, after the juicing, I will have a couple of Ezekiel, okay, Ezekiel bread, not the regular bread. I'm talking about flourless bread with almond butter, okay, with a little bit of protein. Then I'll have another juice, okay. Then I'll have a little bit of beans, little bowl of beans. That's it. Nothing in there except I may put a what you call avocado oil or olive oil, okay. Good one, special oil, okay. Then after that, I will do smoothie. And now my smoothie recipe is enormous. Okay, I can't even tell you how many things I put in my smoothie. The basic ones are the almonds, okay, pre-soaked almonds, wild blueberries. Always use wild blueberries from Trader Joe's. Hi, Trader Joe's. And organic strawberries, okay. And I also put, let's see what else I put. What else I put, John? Amla powder, cacao powder, okay?
Moringa powder.
Moringa powder.
Spirulina powder.
Spirulina powder, flaxseed powder. Flaxseed, make my own flax seeds, okay? Chia seeds, okay? I put one more thing. Oh, turmeric. I put turmeric in there with too. And John just taught me today, I knew that, but I was never putting it in. Black peppers with the turmeric. It's good for you, okay? It's anti-inflammatory. It's anti-inflammatory. Doesn't matter what type of pain you have, what type of issue you have with your body beside cancer. It's anti-inflammatory. It helps you. So those are the things I do in my juicing. All right, like when I go to sleep, I'm sleeping like a baby. I go to sleep late. I know I don't supposed to. I sleep late.
What time do you go to bed normally, Dave?
11 to 12.
And then what time do you wake up though?
Between 6 and 7.
Wow.
I get up between 6 and 7. I'm in real estate, by the way. Okay, if you want to buy a house in Vegas, 702-630-1075. Dave Gill, okay? 23 years, okay? I helped hundreds of families. Anyway, I get up, 7 o'clock. I have my green tea, then I go hit the gym. Okay, the only day I don't go to gym is the day I have to juice. Now, juice is a discipline. You have to do it, but it takes 2.5 to 3 hours to do.
It doesn't have to. That's why I make videos on my Discount Juicers YouTube channel. Link down below to that, where you can juice. Literally, I could juice like 5 pounds of carrots with like, I think 3 minutes of me actually working.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You want to tell me now? You got to help me out with that one. So I'm standing for 3 hours.
Yeah, he's sitting there pushing things in. The new juicers, basically, if you feel it, you shut the lid, and then it does it for you.
So I do a lot of juicing. Okay, now I learned a lot from him just in one day. I've known him for like 8 years, 9 years, and he taught me a lot today. Come on, brother. You're helpful.
I got to share all the secrets. You just got to watch my YouTube channel, Dave.
Yeah.
All three of them.
Yeah. Now, I want to say, I'm not saying that you guys, I'm not religious, okay? I'm spiritual. Okay, there's a difference. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. God has shown me so many times that I'm going to be healed. When I got cancer in 2010, I randomly opened the Bible. It took me to Isaiah 43, verse 1 through 4. Okay, it said you're going to walk through the water. You're going to walk through the deep river. You're going to walk through the fire, but you will not be burned. Okay, next day I turned the TV on. Crystal Cathedral had it, Dr. Schuller. Guess what happens as soon as I turn the TV on? Isaiah 43 verse 1 through 4 is what Dr. Schuller was saying. He is the God rest his soul. Dr. Schuller is the one who taught me. He said, tough times don't last. Tough people do. You get that? Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Okay? So he is the one who, when I turned the TV on, he was talking about the same verse. He had a loud voice. You're going to walk through the fire. You're going to walk through the water. You're going to walk through a deep river. So he did all that. And soon as he said that, I was crying and I paused my TV. I called my wife. I said, this is what I just read last night. I read this last night, and now Dr. Schuller is saying, which means I'm not going to die. That was in 2010. When cancer came back in 2022, I went to the church over here in Las Vegas. The pastor looked at me. He said, I don't know who you are, but I just want to let you know God just told me that you're not going to die. And I started weeping like a baby. I was on a walker. Then after a few months, it was October 1st. Okay, 2023. I was in the car with my grandkids, and I told them, I say, hey guys, Papa's going to be healed on January 1st, which was 2024. I said, Papa's going to be healed on January 1st. I went to the same church, same day. Pastor called me, and he said, I just want to let you know you're going to be healed in 3 months. So I'm thinking, I'm walking back, and I'm thinking, I said, let me think here. 3 months. Let me see, October 1st, I just told my grandkids, November, December, January. 3 months. I told them I'm going to be healed on January 1st. And I started weeping. I said, Pastor, God just showed me I'm going to be healed in 3 months. God told me I'm going to be healed on January 1st. And you told me I'm going to be healed in 3 months. And I was weeping. I said, October, November, December, January. You're right, God. Thank you, Jesus. And I was crying out. So God has given me so many signs, guys.
And chances.
And chances to live and glorify Him and share my testimony and my story with you guys. If you guys are suffering from any type of cancer, okay, first is believe in God. Second, you have to change your diet. Third, you got to be on you got to listen to your doctors. You got to listen to your doctors. Don't be stubborn. I was stubborn. When I got sick, I had 2 tubes in me. Okay? My kidneys was not working. They had kidney tube, I had catheter. Okay? So what I'm saying is that mindset is important too. You have to have strong mindset. I don't care what you go through, whether it's personal life or it's the business life or whatever you guys are going through, keep your mind strong. We all go through it. We all go through the fire, okay? Having other issues is nothing compared to cancer, okay? Come on. Cancer is a death sentence for most people. But if you stay strong, okay, and if you're vigilant, you're strong. Think about it, strengthen you, okay? When I was being taken by the ground medical transportation, I used to see my beautiful car parked in the driveway. I would look at it. I say, yeah, someday I want to drive this. Someday I want to drive this. Because I was so sick, they had to haul me out. They had to haul me out to the doctor's appointments every single time. It was costly, but I would look at the car and say, hey, I want to go back to my car. Here I am right now, 138 pounds. I work out. I work full time with my clients, okay? That which I never had given up, even when I was sick. I was still working and wheeling and dealing for my clients, laying down on a bed with my laptop while my stepdaughter was showing the homes. I was doing it. And I'm not bragging, I was still winning awards with my office. Okay? Because this is here today because of this. If you don't have this mindset, if you don't have strong mindset, it's not going to work.
Wow. You make it sound so easy, Dave, even though you've literally walked through water, you walked through rivers, you walked through fire, and you're still here, right? And so, I don't want all you guys out there to have to, walk through fires like Dave did, because he literally had to go through the school of hard knocks to be here today. So I think at the end, I want to, what does your shirt say? With God, all things are possible, Matthew 19:26.
Amen. I don't want to get emotional, but I'm telling you guys, please, listen, okay? Stay strong. And you have to really switch. There's a switch in your mind, okay, in your brains. You got to turn that switch on. Turn it on. Don't let it off. Don't let the switch be off. Turn it on and change your mind. Make it stronger, okay? Don't worry about anybody, whoever, whatever, whenever anybody's saying about you, okay? They even celebrated my birthday at my office. because they didn't think I was going to live long enough. They had a special birthday for me in 2022. Gave me an award, most inspirational in 2022, March 3rd. So here I am. Okay, here I am. I'm not going nowhere. You know, my goal is in mindset already. It's already planted by God. I want to live to be till I'm 97 years old. 97. That's how long I want to live. 97. And I want to help others. I want to help others to not be, not be down and depressed. I was never on any of those drugs. I was working. I was a normal life. Even though I could hardly walk, I was like normal life, So you got to stay strong. You got to stay strong. Strength is very, very important, not only physically, but also mentally.
So Dave, we've covered a lot of discussion topics in this episode today, and I know you have a lot of them, but basically I want to kind of go over each one of the important points that you made, and if you could give a few words of wisdom for people, because maybe for some of the people, they've never made changes. And I mean, if you got cancer right now, you definitely should have made changes like yesterday. So I'm glad you guys are actually watching this to learn from Dave, who's gone through it like twice, and learn from his experiences, right? And so, Dave, let's just go ahead and do like I want to go ahead and go over each of the points. So number one of the big points that you're into, obviously, is being spiritual. And a lot of people out there may not believe in God. Maybe they have a God already. But like if you're not spiritual at all, you don't go to church or anything, because people think church equals God. But why don't you talk about being spiritual, and like what are the first steps somebody could take to become more spiritual? And to me, it's like having faith in something higher than us, right? So what would you tell people to like take the first couple steps to be more spiritual, to get on their healing path today?
Pray.
Pray.
Pray. Pray. Okay? If I tell you guys, I must thank God 10, 20, 30, 40 times a day. Last night, I was crying out here to God. Sometimes God's Spirit touches me and I cry out and I thank Him. I said, thank you, Lord, Father, thank you for healing me, thank you. Like when I get in the car, I thank Him. When I get out of the car, I thank Him. When I get up in the morning, I thank Him. When I go into the shower, I thank Him. When I'm in the shower taking cold showers, by the way, I'm thanking Him. Especially when you're cold shower. Oh God, help me. Just kidding. I do all that, okay? Now, I'm not saying I'm not against churches, okay? Please. I've gone to churches. I'm not against churches. All I'm saying is God is in your heart. If you keep your God in your heart, okay, that matters a lot more than anything else. Okay, praying, pray out, thank Him, pray out, ask for forgiveness, okay, cry out to Him. If you need help, cry out to Him. He will listen. Okay, one day I was going to the church, real quick, I was going to the church and I was a little down and there was a car in front of me. Guess what says on the back of the car? A little sticker. It was SUV. I said, did you die? He said, but did you die? I said, okay, God, now you should give me another sign. No, I didn't die. I said, you're so funny, God. Okay, I didn't die. Now, maybe the sticker went away after that. Maybe God just put the sticker on that to wake me up because I was little down. But after that, I started crying, going to the church. I said, thank you, Lord, you just gave me another signal here. Another sign you gave me. Yes, I didn't die. Those are the little things that you have to see. It's real. It's real thing. It's real thing. If I give someone $10, okay, I see it twice happen to me, and I'm putting my stuff in the grocery at Sprouts, and I see a car that says, you're blessed. Why these things happen? Because God is watching every single move that we make. Every single move that we make. Be generous, people, okay? Be nice to people, okay? Be spiritual, okay? Teach others what you learn in your life. And that's my goal, to teach others what I have learned in my life. Okay, cancer, you stay strong. You can beat it. All of you can beat it. You can beat it. You can beat it. I don't care what you got. But you got to do the things that you need to do to take those steps. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. Go on YouTube. Educate yourself on certain things, certain type of cancers, and then follow through. And at the same time, pray, change your diet. If you do those 3-4 things, and if doctor tell you to, you got to take this, you got to take it. You got to take it. So take what you got to take. Educate yourself. Watch your diet. Stay strong mentally, emotionally, and physically. Amen.
All right, Dave. So we talked about being spiritual. Next, let's talk about mindset, because I know we talked about it a little bit in this, but I know that's a big part of your life. And a lot of people out there, unfortunately, in our world, we're not taught about mindset. We're basically programmed by what we're viewing, news, and all these other things. What we're taught in school, we're never taught about how to literally train our brain or teach our mind or have a good positive mindset. So why don't you share your secrets with somebody figuring they don't ever know nothing about mindset because they never learned it? Like, what would you tell them to inspire them to change their mindset and outlook on life? Are there any good books you could recommend, or what do you do to, change your mindset, especially going through the burning fires?
Well, there's a lot of books out there. There's a book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. That was written back in the days, many, many years ago. I had never read his book, but I listened to a lot of his videos, okay, about the mindset because from business aspects of it. Another is Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, Jim Rohn. He's an awesome guy. He teaches you a lot about positive mindset, what you need to do, because he always said, don't go after motivation, go after habits, disciplines in your life, So mindset for me nowadays, you're gonna probably like it or not, but I'm a rocker.
You're a rocker. All right, what does that mean?
I love dancing to the rock music. I listen to the rock music. I dance in the car, and I see sometimes people next to me, I got my black glasses on, people next to me, they're giving me thumbs up, whatever it takes to keep me positive, whatever it takes. I don't care if people think he's just kind of goofy. I don't care. And don't think that way. Do what you think is comfortable for you to keep your mindset strong. Okay? Keep it strong. And the thing is, I wasn't dancer. Okay, I was never dancer. Last time I met John back in 2017, I was super quiet guy, very serious guy. Nowadays, I'm not like that anymore. My mindset totally twisted and switched. So I would say read the books, okay? There's Kobe Bryant has a book, God rest his soul. It's called Mamba Mentality. Okay, read that one. Okay, so whatever book that you can find, read it if that's what needs you to do. But for me, I keep my positive mindset. I listen to rock music in the TV. I listen on my Alexa. Maybe she's gonna turn on because I just mentioned her name. But those are the things that I do. Those are the things I keep myself strong. And now, of course, I study 40 books on nutrition and health over the last 15 years. That would be another thing that you may want to do, because if you guys have a cancer of any type, go read books. Go read books on nutrition and health. You'll know what nutrition and health is nowadays, okay?
So Dave, tell us about nutrition and health. I know you've been at this for a long time, and say people are watching this, they're just still eating McDonald's and just processed junk foods. What are the key things you would tell them, especially if they're working with and dealing with a prostate cancer like you did? What would you tell them to how to shift their diet to eat healthier, to make your immune system stronger so that your body could fight the cancer?
Yeah, God made our body to fight cancer, okay? I grew up in India. I was 12 years old when I came to the US. Okay, we literally grew up in the dirt. Okay, so if we can grow up in the dirt, that means God has strengthened our immune system. Okay, here the challenge we have with a lot of the people now, the young generation and the old, is that we think McDonald's is a food. Okay, I'm sorry, McDonald's. I don't want to mention your name. Burgers are food. Fries are French fries are food. Okay, guys, I haven't had a French fries in 15 years. I haven't had a sodas in 15 years. Okay, nothing that's in the stores. I mean, in the fast foods are not really foods. They're manufactured foods. Okay, they're not real foods. They're manufactured foods. I don't care if you say vegan burger. Vegan burger is not really vegan burger. Okay, it's a manufactured vegan burger. Okay, they make those things. They have the scientists putting all this stuff together, and their chemicals and stuff make it look like real burger. Okay, now is the real food that's gonna taste you? Is it taste good when you first start? Heck no. You're gonna say, oh man, I can't have this. But your body and your mind will get used to it. Okay, so you have to change your diet. Oh, you gotta change it. If you're gonna eat burgers and fries and have milk, oh, by the way, if you're prostate cancer, milk is no-no. Milk is absolutely, positively no-no. Absolutely no-no. So you can't have milk.
So that means also things like yogurt and ice cream also, of course.
Yes,
because they are made from, and milk chocolate, of course, you can't have that either.
Yeah, you guys all know we're not little calves. Why are we drinking milk? Do calves drink milk? No, they eat wheatgrass. Why they eat wheatgrass? They drink milk when they were little. We drink milk when we were little. Now why are we drinking baby milk for the cows?
So that we could look like cows, like a lot of Americans look like.
We can. Sorry, I'm sorry. We're on YouTube, but we can't do that. We can't do that, guys. Now I did grow up with milk when I was in India, but it was raw milk. Okay, there was no pasteurization in India. They make milk, boom, boom, boom. You drink it, but over there in those days, no option, because we used to eat meat once a year, one chicken a year. Okay, as a family, we grew up with the vegetarian diet, not vegan, but vegetarian diet. So we had to get protein somehow. But when I came to America back in '75, I was drinking milk. Okay, milk was like, oh, they gotta have milk. Okay, but what I'm saying, the point I'm trying to make is, you gotta stay your diet. Okay, if you see something's a diet, it's not really diet. Okay, if you see Diet Coke or Diet whatever you're drinking, it still has chemicals. Okay, so as far as diet is concerned, it's #1 priority also. Okay, there's so many #1 priorities here. So diet, you got to take care of it. You got to take care of it. You got to walk away from it, because if you change your diet, your body will get used to the new diet. Okay, it'll get used to it. It's just going to take a few days. Okay, maybe 10 days, depends on you. Maybe 21 days. It takes 21 days to break the habit. 21 days, it takes 21 days to break the habit. Another one is intermittent fasting.
Well, let's talk more about diet though, because you didn't really go into like, what should somebody eat if they're not eating McDonald's? What are they eating now? Are they just picking grass and eating vegetables, or
they can eat the wheatgrass outside. No, well, the way I do it is juicing. You know, I mean, I don't know if everybody can do what I do, unless you go into this situation where your health needs something seriously. If you have serious issues with let's say cancer or diabetes or heart disease and all that, I would say change your diet. Change your diet.
Change it to what?
Juicing.
Okay, juicing. So you want to juice vegetables?
#1, juicing. All vegetables. Okay. Juicing. Juicing is #1. Okay. Don't put fruits in there. You don't want to put fruits except green apple and lemon. Those two are also fruits. Or lime. You can put those in the juice, but don't be putting, oh, I'm making juice now. What do you put in there? Dave, I'm making juice now. Okay, I see a lot of people saying, what do you put in there? Oh, I put this and that. I put cherries. I put blueberries and this and this and that. Now, blueberries not bad. Okay, I'm just saying.
It's better to blend them.
It's better to blend it because it blends with the fiber. Okay, when it blends with the fiber, it's healthier for you. But still, you still want to eat blueberries. Okay, but like I said, nothing overly done. Okay, you don't want to eat too much of anything, even if it's healthier. Stay in balance. Stay in balance. So I would say number one for you guys is to juice.
And number two?
Number two is smoothies.
Number two, okay, now number three.
Number three is be vegan if you can. Be vegan.
The whole food vegan, not just junk food vegan, because junk food vegan has the junk food burgers and all the junk food vegan stuff.
Now when I say vegan, doesn't mean potato chips.
Vegan, yeah, potato chips are vegan.
No, they're French, they're fried, okay? So I would say those are the three things. Like I say, I make beans, okay? Now that doctor, what's his name, talked about the beans. You interviewed him before.
Dr. Joel Furman.
Yep, Furman, Dr. Furman. Listen to him. I listen to him. Okay, now you may think, I've seen a lot of people saying, oh yeah, if I eat beans, Dave, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. It's because you're not used to it. Yeah. It's not because you don't feel good because something is bad. It's just that you're not used to it. You have to be used to it. So your mind totally has to be shifted 360 degrees. It's not something that you're gonna say, I'm gonna eat few beans here and there, or I'm gonna just buy beans from the can or whatever and I'll eat few of them and that's it, and go like 1/4 of a can and say, I don't feel good. I feel like I built up a gas. Of course you're gonna build up a gas because your body's not used to it. I don't have gas problem. I have gas problem out there because gas is expensive, but I don't have gas problem here. I'm funny nowadays too, guys, okay? I'm just the way I am. But I would say change your diet to even if you eat salads, guys. Simple.
Eating more salads, eating more greens,
eating more
vegetables.
Greens, eating more salads. If you feel like you don't want to be 100%, do whatever you think you want to do, okay? That's your life, okay? But for me, I can speak for myself, I'm 100% vegan, okay? So you got to do those things. And I don't know what else to say, but food, All
right, so what I'll tell you guys is, since you're watching me on my channel, I'd say watch my other videos. I teach about the healthiest way to eat more plants and fruits and vegetables, which is to minimally process them. I have plenty of videos on this discussion topic. I'll put a couple of my favorite videos down below so you can learn about how I eat, okay? So the next question after you, Dave, besides diet, another very important component, especially after you came out of the prostate cancer for the second time, is the exercise.
Oh,
let's discuss about the exercise. I know a lot of people don't move a lot in America, unfortunately.
No.
So how can, and you were actually wheelchair bound and then started exercising, and now you got back to, you actually work out more than me, because I just get exercise during my day, and I was skating out this morning, and I lift weights and things in my garden, like heavy buckets full of water. But now you're going to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. So for something that's new into exercise, like what would you say, or how did you start to get more exercise in you? Because it is so good for you. It does get your body to be more anti-cancer, actually.
Well, see, when it comes to exercise, I'm fanatic. Okay, totally. I'm serious.
So you don't have to be as fanatical as Dave.
No, you don't have to be, because what I do is, let's say, I start a little bit low weights, because it's almost like I'm doing aerobic exercise, or if I'm exercising some other type of stuff. But I would say lifting weights is actually number one for cancer, especially prostate cancer. That strengthens your bones, okay, because you need to strengthen your bones, okay? So lifting weights is my number one priority, all right? So let's say this morning, when I went to exercise, I worked out an hour and 45 minutes, okay? I did the rowing for 40 minutes, okay? I did my biceps. I think I did 6 sets of biceps, okay? I also did pull down, okay? Half hour pull down, okay? I did the lift arm. I did that for 20 minutes. Overall, it was hour and 45 minutes. I was sweating like a pig, okay? I do that every time, okay? Now, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overdo it. If you need a trainer, you can get a trainer, which I did for a year, okay? But if you already know how to exercise, I would say start slow and then build up. Okay, and when you exercise, take 90-second break in between. I time it on my cell phone. Okay, 90-second break, then do it again. 90-second break, do it again. Okay, because you need your body to rest a little bit. Okay, I'm out of breath when I exercise. I'm out of breath, like as if I just ran my marathon. I give myself 90 seconds. Okay, but you got to do what you are able to do. What you are able to do. Okay, don't do what I do. Okay, but it depends on your age. Okay, you don't want to overdo it. I don't expect you guys to do it too much, because it can really hurt you, you know. At the same time, when you exercise, you have to have some type of protein. If you're gonna work out, you gotta have protein. Now, I have vegan protein. I don't have meat protein. I have vegan protein. I know I'm missing 3-4 what you call those
amino acids.
Amino acids, you know. Yeah, I'm just a little bit sometime. Yeah, so you're not gonna be Arnold, okay, or Lou Ferrigno, okay. You just want to be healthy and strong and be able to do things in yourself when you get old. Okay, so I would highly recommend taking a protein. If you want to take a vegan protein, I would highly recommend taking vegan protein. But if you need other 3-4 amino acids, then you can have other type of proteins. But protein is important when you do workout. Okay, so I do the upper body. Okay, one day I do upper body, second day I do lower body. Okay, so I do those 2-3 exercises. Now upper body, I do the front first and my biceps. Okay, and my shoulder, I do it too. Okay, the second day I'll do my back. Okay, and I do the biceps and I pull down. Okay, the second day I will do my chest. Okay, I do my chest the second day, and I do my triceps. Okay, guess what? And push up with the weights. Those are the 3 exercises I do for hour and 40 minutes, hour and 50 minutes. So those are the ones that I do 3 times, and then I do legs. My legs the same way. You know, I do my quads, I do my calves, you know, whole leg. Okay, hour and 45 minutes. And when I come home, I don't feel tired. I feel excited because the endorphin builds up. Soon as I come out of the gym, I crank up my rock music and I'm dancing still. You know, so those are the exercise regimens that I do. You know, but if you're not used to exercising, I would say get a trainer. You know, trainer can help you out, and that way you can learn how. I did that for a year, even though I had exercised in the past. I've been exercising for like last 30 years, but I just need a trainer because I didn't want to fall down. So a trainer helped me a lot in a year. Whereas I was not able to pick up something from the floor, I had one of those catchers. And now I can do like 30, 40, 50 push-ups. So those are the things that I can do right now because the mindset. Your mindset's strong, you're going to be stronger everywhere else. Physically, you'll be stronger if your mindset is stronger, you know.
All right, Dave, so another thing I wanted to talk about is medical doctors. You know, I know when you healed yourself originally, you got diagnosis from medical doctors, and then you went and did the raw foods thing, and then you healed. And then, unfortunately in the raw foods movement or some alternative health movements, you're trained to think doctors equals bad. Doctors are bad because they're going to give me bad information. They're going to hurt my health. But after you had the cancer come back for the second time and were resistant to seeing doctors, and then probably had the situation progress almost to the point where you're going to fall off the cliff, then you're like, okay, doc, I'm going to do whatever you said. And I've also had other raw vegans, a lady who had breast cancer, basically the same thing happened. She tried water fasting, she tried everything until she was at the edge of the cliff, and they're like, if you don't do our medical treatment, you won't be here. And then she did the medical treatment and she recovered fine. She went on eating healthier and did some dietary changes. Links down below to that video. But I mean, this is just yet another example for you guys out there. So how do you now look at doctors now, the medical doctors now, and what would you tell people about them?
Well, you know, we all know that doctors not bad doctors. Okay, they are there to help us. Okay, now my doctor that I have, he's a great doctor. Okay, he knows about my diet. Okay, they understand what I do, and they don't say, oh, why are you doing this, why are you doing that? No, you need doctor. Okay, you don't want to end up at the cliff and then you say, oh shoot, I should have gotten that doctor, why didn't I get that doctor? So what I'm saying is that you need to get checkup. Okay, just when you have a cancer or you feel like your PSA level is high for prostate, you need to get a checkup. You need to get a checkup and get the right doctor. Okay, if you have to go to 2 or 3 different doctors, get second, third opinion from them. Okay, so they have to all, it has to be an agreement, okay, in your mind that, okay, yeah, I think I seriously need to do something. Doctors are not bad, okay, they're not bad, they're there to help us, okay. So all I'm saying is that if you really get to the point where you need a doctor, sometimes it's too late. It's too late. You don't want to be in that situation. Get your checkup I would say every year, get your PSA test. Okay, I didn't do that because I was so stubborn. I want to just stay healthy and eat my food, raw food. But had I done that after 2010 when my PSA was like 4, okay, I was ignoring it. I was ignoring it even though doctor tells me, hey Dave, I think you need to do something. I was saying, no, I'm fine, I feel good. I had no symptoms of any type. Okay, so you may not have symptoms, but you don't want to get to the point where your symptoms are so drastic that you're like, oh my Lord, what's going on? I mean, for me, it took me like within a few weeks, my symptoms gotten so bad, I could hardly walk. I mean, it just came like with a vengeance, the prostate cancer. So I would highly recommend that you go see a doctor, get your checkup every year, okay? The reason I wasn't getting that checkup was because I was afraid that doctor is gonna say I have a cancer. But when it got to the point, or I was thinking maybe he said cancer came back. I wish I had done that in 2015. Then I didn't have to go through the stuff that I had gone through and myself, which was going through the fire storm. Okay, so doctors are definitely helpful. They're helpful, you know. And if you don't want to have any side effects, for me personally, I don't have any side effects of my medication. Okay, I don't have no hot flashes, I don't have heart issues, my blood pressure is fine. Now if I didn't change my diet, my blood pressure would be up and up and up, because I didn't change my diet and I didn't exercise. I'm just sitting on the sofa and laying down and watching TV all day, right? And taking the medication. I don't do that. So if you're gonna be on medication, if it has a side effects, to prevent those side effects, you gotta work out. But yes, go see doctor. Definitely go see a doctor.
All right, Dave, so what I would say about this discussion topic about go seeing a doctor, my personal opinion is that number one, if you don't want to see a doctor, at least minimally you should do blood tests, and you can do your own blood test without getting a doctor involved in, I think, almost all the states except a few. Link down below to my video on that, so you guys could order your own blood test and order your own PSA to monitor yourself, so you don't have to go to a doctor if you don't want to. That being said, going to a doctor be helpful. Besides just ordering blood tests, they could do a whole lot more. I mean, we're all trying to be like Google doctors, and you're never going to be a good Google doctor because, you know, Google only knows so much, or AI only knows so much, and the doctor that specializes in prostate cancer that deals with this day in and day out, he's seen so many cases, he's tried so many things, he knows what works and what doesn't. The other thing that I would say about doctors is that you want to listen to Dave. You know, go to a few doctors, right? and get, once again, different diagnoses. Hopefully they're all the same diagnosis, but then they may offer different treatment options. And basically what you want to do is you want to interview the doctors. I mean, if you're hiring somebody to work for you, you're not just going to hire the first person off the street. You're going to make sure you get the most qualified person. And likewise, when you go to see the doctor, they're not taking care of you. You are interviewing them. So I don't want you guys to forget that. And when you go to the doctor, ask the best questions you could ask, and then find the best doctor that's willing to work with you and your diet. Maybe the doctor says, oh, the vegan diet's not going to make a difference, or a whole food plant-based diet's not going to make a difference. Maybe that's not the doctor that I would personally go to myself, and maybe you might want to consider a different doctor. Maybe you want to look for a holistic doctor that deals with your specific issue as well. So I think that could also be helpful. And the other thing I want to say, based on Dave's experience, if you start having any symptoms, like the first sign that you're not able to urinate or pass pee properly and it's being constricted, then that's probably a good time, like, hey, I'm having an issue. I should probably go to the doctor and see what's going on now, because it's a lot easier to fix if you catch a lot of things early than in waiting and catching it late like Dave did. Then you have to go through a lot more fire and all these things, right? So I think doctors can be helpful, and we shouldn't be fearful of them, but we should use them to our advantage, right? And don't let them take you around the ringer and all these things.
Yeah, another thing you may want to listen to, guys, which helped me a lot, like I said earlier, he's very unbiased, Dr. Schultz from West Covina. He got a nonprofit YouTube channel, Prostate Cancer Research Institute. He keeps you up to date with all the medications, what type of test you want to get done, what are the most recent technology for prostate cancer. I learned tons of things from him, tons. I learned a lot from him when I was laying down on the bed for 2 years. I was listening to him every single week, okay? It's a weekly show, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, okay? Prostate Cancer Research Institute. You go to YouTube, go PCRI, it'll come up, Prostate Cancer Research Institute. So he is up to date. He's up to date with the new PSMA PET scan, which is the most greatest in the greatest PSMA PET scan that can tell if you have prostate cancer, very microscopic, okay? So that's someone that I would listen to also as well, and he'll tell you about other doctors too, what you will need to look out for, and you can watch his YouTube channel. He got dozens of them there to learn more about prostate cancer itself, and I learned a lot on that.
All right, great. Yeah, I'll post a link down below in the description, as well as the first pinned comment. All right, Dave, so you not only attribute your success to basically your diet and lifestyle and mindset and spirituality, yep, but of course also you don't think you would be here without the drugs here. We got one of them here, and you also have 2 other drugs, so you take a total of 3 drugs, right? You're not on any other drugs. You eat a natural, whole food, plant-based, high nutrient diet, I would say. So let's talk about this too, because I know for the longest time you tried to eat a raw vegan diet, and once again, like I mentioned, it healed you to a point, but then things started to come back, and then you started going downhill. I see in many cases, especially people that are sick, plateau because they stick on their diet, think that's everything, but diet is not everything. We need other lifestyle factors, as well as also, of course, having community and having connection, and in my opinion, also giving back, feeling good about yourself. But now I want to talk about the drugs specifically you take. So I have one here, it's called X-Tandy. So you want to talk about the X-Tandy and how this has affected you and what this does, and what you saw, the benefits, and also the negative the side effects of it.
I'm not worried about the negative side effects. But the X-Tandy was offered by my oncologist, okay? Then what it does is I take 4 capsules, all right, 30-day supply, okay? Insurance covers that. It really got rid of my prostate cancer. Okay, I'm gonna say got rid of it. I'm not gonna say it's maybe it's gone or I don't have it right now. I don't want to use that word either, okay? It made my prostate cancer go away, okay? Because what it does, it shut down your hormones, okay? Because hormone is the one that causes cancer. When you have prostate cancer, if your body continues to produce male hormones, it will grow. Your prostate cancer grows. What it does is totally shuts down your hormones. Now, when it shuts down your hormones, you do have some issues, okay? which is one is male issues. Okay, I don't know if I should say it. The second issue is that you may grow some over here breasts, which that's why I work out so hard, because I don't have any. Okay,
and don't want any.
The third is hot flashes. Okay, the fourth is heart issues. Okay, now if you don't change your diet, these will exist in your body. These will come. Okay, these will come with this drug. I'm telling you, it will. But if you keep your diet strong, like I do, and exercise, I don't have high blood pressure. Okay, I don't have hot flashes. Okay, I don't have fatigue. I have more energy actually now than I did before I had cancer. Believe it or not. I'm serious when I say that. Okay, so cancer to me, I mean drugs to me right now is like eating a candy. I just took 4 of these about an hour and a half ago. Okay, no, am I fatigued? No. Okay, that is because my diet helped achieve that. Okay, if you have good diet, that's important. It will prevent or will reduce your side effects. Okay, it's just like somebody working in the gym. They work out every day, but when they come home, they eat hamburgers. Does it help them? No, it doesn't. Workout doesn't help. It's synergistic effect. Diet and exercise help you. Okay, diet and medication help you as well. So as far as my research is concerned, and I've done a lot of research, it's the synergistic effect of this medication. Okay, now medication has a side effects. When it has side effects, you may have issues. That's because your immune system is weak. If you keep your immune system strong, okay, this drug is almost like a sniper. Okay, the immune system is the soldiers. Okay, and you tell the soldier sniper, hey, there's someone over there, the immune system is going to go after it. Okay, because they sniped it, right? So that's what it does for me. Okay, this drug does for me. It kills all the, cancer cells. Okay, then my immune system cleans it out, all the toxins of the drug. It cleans it out. Okay, so that's how it helps me for me. So I take this one, and I also take Lupron shots every 3 months. Okay, no side effects.
What does that one do?
Lupron is just an overlay of this one to help you even more for the cancer not to come back. And I also take, same day I take Exiva. Exiva is, I don't know how to pronounce it. Exiva is to keep your bones strong. Now if you're just taking Exiva and Lupron and Extendi, and that you think, oh, well, I don't need to do anything else, I'm going to lay on the sofa and watch TV. No, you got to do something yourself too. Okay, the drug lift up one side of the issue, and you got to lift it up the other side. If you don't lift the other side, the cancer is still there, but you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is exercise, the diet, lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, eating lifestyle. Those are important things, because that really have, to me, it has a synergistic effect of the drug. That because my diet is so strong, and the fasting is so strong.
Let's see, looking back at 2010 when you got into raw vegan and eating healthier, if you would have started this same drug treatment, the 3 drugs you're taking now back then, do you think any of these problems that you had that literally put you in a wheelchair, put you in a hospital bed, caused you to fall down and your health declined dramatically, think you would have just bypassed all that and you'd still be
yes,
in better shape today? So maybe not being so strict and working with doctors who would also work with you and your dietary changes, and also exercising, of course, would have been just a better course of action from the get-go?
Yes, 100%. 100%. I know a couple of people that has cancer, and I had told them to do what I've done with my health. One of them passed away, colon cancer. Okay, he was only 40 years old. All right, and it's saddened that he passed away, because sometimes I tell people, they don't think eating healthy is really a top priority for them. They want to go out with their friends, they want to go drink, they want to have food, they want to have fries, they want to have this. You have to be totally very, very 100%, 1000% strict on your diet. 1000%. That's when the drug will help. Okay, so I would say if I had done this in 2010, okay, looking back, I would not have gone through the situation that I had gone through over the last 3 years in 2021 and through 23, 2.5 years. Okay, but it is what it is. Okay, but I'm just trying to, help you guys out, that if you guys have a little inkling of having a prostate cancer, get it checked out. And if they're going to say, hey, start taking this, because now prostate cancer drug has advanced tremendously over the last few years. Okay, so I would say do it, and do the diet, lifestyle, actually not diet, lifestyle, and also exercise. That will help. But yes, if I had done it 15 years ago, I wouldn't have gone through the situation that I've gone through myself. But maybe it made me a better person.
Yeah, maybe this is what you needed to do to, share with somebody, so that somebody watching this now could, make a change, and now you could affect change and help so many other people.
Absolutely.
Like your other video we did in 2017 has like 95,000 views over the last 8 years, and I hope this video gets more, because it's like the updated information with even better information.
Tell your friends too, guys. Tell your friends to watch John Kohler's video about prostate cancer and also lifestyle. Okay, just give him at least 1 million views. Okay.
All right, Dave, so we're coming to the end of this episode. Are there any final words of wisdom you'd like to share with all the men out there who's watching this today?
Well, guys, I just want to let you know there are the other side effects. Okay, I don't know if I should say it. It starts with S. Okay, so that's something that you have to let your spouse know. All right, because that is one of the major side effects, because you get rid of the hormones. All right, so if you're okay with that, if you can live with that, I would. I'd rather live life than worry about those things. I want to live life, So those are the things that really, unfortunately, based on my study, when people have prostate cancer and they go to these drugs and they lose their marriage because of that. So also you have to have a good spouse with you to help you go through the issues that you have. But there's the side effects. Okay, there's a side effects of that, private part side effects on this drug. So that's something you can't change. That's just the way it is. Okay, so but if you rather do that and rather to live long, or you just say I'm going to do this, I will do this, live till I die. No, that's up to you. But if you want to live long life, then you have to face some consequences. Nothing is perfect. Okay, nothing is perfect. But for me personally, I'm okay with it. I'd rather live long life and teach others what I had gone through and what I can do for them and how I can help them when it comes to lifestyle and health. Okay, so that's all I gotta say.
So what I'll say at the end is that we all make choices in our lives, and then there are consequences to our choices. Unfortunately, all these are not told to us straight up in the beginning. I mean, you can read books like Dr. Michael Greger's book, How Not to Die. A lot of chronic diseases that most Americans die from today are because of your diet and lifestyle that you can prevent, right? If you get diagnosed with cancer and then you want to continue to eat McDonald's or the junk food and go out and party with your friends and alcohol, and then that causes the cancer to grow faster, and then you lose your life sooner, and you choose that, I respect your choice. I am here, and Dave is here for the people that want to live as long in their human form on this planet as possible, to make a difference in the world, to make the world a better place, and to enjoy our lives. So Dave, thank you for being on my show today, and that's why I'm dedicated to making the best informational videos that I can, so that you guys can live as healthy as possible. I have over 900 episodes on this channel now, dedicated to teach you guys everything I've learned about health. And I'm glad when I have somebody like Dave, who has actually gone through prostate cancer, right? And my goal is to like eat so healthy so that that does not happen to me. And this is possible. Nobody really tells you about it. But if you eat a nutritarian style diet that's rich in nutrients, not eating all the junk food, you could have a strong body that can resist and fight things like cancer, as well as be immune to chronic diseases that most Americans get. And that's why I make my videos today, because my life was saved from spinal meningitis and complement immune deficiency by making dietary changes. And that's why I'm still on this healthy diet and lifestyle kick that I'm on today, right? And the one choice we make every day, Dave, of a few times a day, me maybe a few more times a day, is what you're gonna choose to put in our bodies that feed us. You can choose healthy foods or you can choose unhealthy foods, but in the end, you will pay the price or you know, get the consequences, either the good benefits or the negative outcomes from the foods you choose. So choose wisely. So if you guys enjoyed this episode with Dave and want more videos with Dave in the future, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. More importantly, guys, share it with other guys out there that may be concerned about prostate cancer, because it is the thing that takes out a lot of men. Unfortunately, I mean, women have breast cancer, but guys have their prostate cancer, because women don't get prostate cancer, obviously, and guys generally, but there are exceptions, don't get breast cancer. So yeah, share this around. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss my new upcoming episodes. I've come out every 5 to 7 days to enlighten you on how to eat a healthier, strong, and nutrient-dense plant-based diet and have the best health ever. Make sure you click the little bell so you're notified as my videos come out. Also, be sure to check my past episodes. Past episodes are a wealth of knowledge, over 900 episodes at this time on this channel, including that original video I did with Dave in 2017. Link down below to that. I want you guys to watch that to get up to speed, because we went a lot more into the story than this time. This time we kind of focused on the results and what he's doing now and his updates. And all my other videos, you know, are a wealth of knowledge. So with that, my name is John Kohler with overcame. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables, and they're the healthy plant foods. They're always the best.